shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. And I'm not saying holy shit because the Snipes and Stripes right here are no filter in post game, game number 2. What an unbelievable hockey game. Tim Peel, Jeremy Roenick, Whiskey in the Wild, protected net guards, and what an unbelievable Stanley Cup final we were in. Was that just a game, or was that just a game?
Unbelievable. Buddy, I'm telling you, if you're a hockey fan, do not miss a period. Do not say, "Hey, I'm going to tune in for the last third period." Do not miss a period of the Stanley Cup Finals, because this truly, to me, is the best Stanley Cup Finals I have seen in 5 years.
It's like, and I agree with you 100%. And it's like, I can't take my eyes off the game because right from the start, it's speed, it's hitting, it's aggressive, it's mean. There's chirping, there's goaltenders getting hit, there's fighting, there's face washes, there's good saves, there's beautiful passes. I mean, it's just, I mean, if the playoffs all year have been great, but now to get to a final and have the games this exciting, this fast, and for them to play 2 overtimes like they did tonight, um, and the little rat, he does it again.
Rat. The
He
rat.
does it. He does it again. You know, everybody's shocked how Boston allowed Brad Marchand to get traded, especially to Florida, and then he comes in and is just fits into the Florida system just like a glove. And look what
Right.
he does. Look what he does.
Exactly. Exactly. JR, you nailed it on the head. He fits in like a glove. Do you not think Matthew Kachuk and Bennett and these guys and Barkhoff absolutely fucking love this guy? They love him. They love Brad Marchand. I loved him. I loved him when I refed him. He was Some referees didn't like him. I loved him. Maybe because I grew up in New Brunswick, he grew up in Nova Scotia. We're both maritime boys. I love Brad Marchand. I
He's
would
just a
take him,
gamer, right? He's
I would
just a
take him
gamer.
on my team any day of the world of any time. He's unbelievable.
The way that, I mean, he's always in your face. He's always doing something that's getting under your skin. He's always bumping you from behind. He's face washing you after the whistle. He's chirping. And it's just, he just looks at you with that face. And it's the face that's like, oh my God, I just want to punch it. I just want to punch it. And he laughs, and he has grown over the years because, you know, at one point in his life, he was cheap, he was dirty, he was this and that. But
He was
he's
licking
just,
guys. He was
oh,
licking guys.
licking people's faces. It was, I mean, and now to be obviously one of the cagey vets of the league. How about the 2 cagey vets? Then you have Corey Perry. Corey Perry scoring with 18 seconds left. Like the oldest guy in the entire game, scoring the biggest goal so far of the series. Unfortunately, it didn't hold up, but holy cow, the experience
I
is unreal.
JR, I didn't get a chance to tweet it out tonight because I sent a couple tweets. You have a 40-year-old player that is on the number one power play unit in the NHL in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Right?
Is that not that tells you how smart and how respected Corey Perry is. The guy is a stud. Listen, you and I have talked about this. We love the Kachucks. We love Matthew. Um, but to see Corey Perry hoisted a cup his first year in the NHL 20 years ago, 20 years ago, Connor McDavid has never hoisted one. I would like to see him be able to hoist one. But I'm telling you, man, that and you and
Big. Hey, by the way, this is a big win for Florida. I
listen,
mean,
listen. Before hold on, before you say anything, I said to Bronson tonight in overtime, I go, Florida is going to win this. I go, they act so businesslike. They're businesslike. They're like, we've been there, we've done it. They're like businessmen. JR. It's unbelievable.
It really is. And again, nothing seems to bother these teams, right? Nothing bothers Florida. They've been there, they've done it, they understand. I think Edmonton really has stayed poised. Um, this is a game where they're playing within the whistles, but they're also really cagey. I thought the refs did a great job again tonight to let them play, let them get away with some of the stuff that they did. The penalties were penalties. Um, Another well ref game and allowed the players to play a style of game that was entertaining for us.
Thank you, JR. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for giving it.
Right?
But they were, you know what? No one's talking about the refs after the game, right? No one's talking about
No.
them. They did a great job. They called the penalties they had to call. No one's talking about the refs after the game.
But they're allowing the after the whistle punching and rough housing
Yeah.
and kind of the wrestling matches. And how many times did Matthew Tkachuk have his face in somebody's glove in somebody's face and rubbing his face and a stick hitting his face and the referee's looking right at him and then they're punching him and they don't call any penalties on that. They let the animosity build. They let that tenacity build and it shows in the game with the way that they're playing. Their adrenaline is getting flowed up because the refs are an exciting, energetic game. That's great. There are no passengers here. Do you see any passengers?
You know what? It's unbelievable. I'm watching the physicality in this series. Like the physicality is unbelievable. It's like everybody, like everybody is finishing their checks. It's like it's awesome to watch, bud. You and I are big Evander Kane fans. That shot tonight, he scored. He's been a huge impact on this series. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this. Every time there's a shot on goal on Edmonton, I tense up because I
Well,
I tense up because I'm like, he may let this in. He may let this in. And I love him. I love Stuart Skinner. I think he's a great goaltender. Obviously, he is. He's playing in the Stanley Cup Finals. But every time there's a shot on net, I'm like, this may go in. I don't have a lot of confidence in him,
well,
JR.
he was kind of up and down. He made some big saves tonight, and then he made some ones he should have saved. He missed. Um, I will say that last one, Marchand didn't have the puck. It was a desperation, just redirection to the net that slipped through his legs. Um, he made a nice save on Marchand early in overtime and almost kicked the puck into the net. It happened to hit the post, but yeah, I don't. I think Skinner's kind of he's either really good or he's really
Right,
bad. There's
right,
like really no in between. By the
right.
way, we got our usuals watching us right now, Nick
You,
and Rock and Reese and
you know what?
all the boys watching. Good to have you guys on for our
I
post
want
game.
I want to give a shout out. I didn't get a chance to go on Hockey DB because we did this live after the game, but I wanted to to do a little research on Carter Verhaeghe. I think he played. I think now don't hold me to this, but I think he played in the East Coast Hockey League at one point. This Carter Verhaeghe dude. I know he was shunned by, I think he was drafted by Tampa and they let him go. This guy is an unbelievable player.
Great player.
Unbelievable, JR. Unbelievable player.
Like he can do it all. He can skate. He can score. He can shoot. He's playing edgy. He's playing with grit. Um, he's at the net all the time. He's a smart player.
Always, right?
Yep.
Always at the net.
There's three guys that are always at the net, and you can guarantee this as long as the day is this day long as the day goes. Bennett, Kachuk, Verhage,
Now,
always in the net. Sometimes they're in the net themselves, like laying in the net after they get
now,
cross-checked.
now let me, you know what? I'm glad you brought up Bennett. I want to ask you a question because I love Bennett. You love Bennett. He said
Amazing.
3 goals, 4 goals in the last 2 games. Unbelievable. 3 goals in the last 2 games. Unbelievable player. Someone is going to pay him probably 8 times 8. Okay. Is someone overpaying him because of the team he's playing on in Florida? Is my question, Jar. There's no question Sam Bennett's a good player. My
Yep.
question is, if you pay him 8 times 8, are you regretting the last 4 or 5 years of that deal?
Uh, I think you are.
Good
Yes.
question, right?
No, it is. I think you are, and I think definitely think the team he's playing on is amping up his game. There's no question he's playing with great players, but he's also he plays his ass off. The other players don't make him work as hard as he works. That he's in front of the net taking a beating every night. He does it because he plays the game right, and he's worked his game into a style of game where he can score goals now. He can make plays. He's strong on his feet. He gets in front of that net and creates a lot of havoc. This kid can play the game. And I think 8 might be even shy for Bennett. I think there's a team that is going to try to get a guy like Bennett because a Bennett can build a culture in a locker room. He just went through a culture build in Florida. He's a guy that can go to a team, say, like a Chicago, like a Buffalo, like a New York, like a team that needs that kind of character building guy that makes everybody else play the same way, like Matthew Tkachuk did when he went to Florida. So it's a great. I think 8's going to be light for him, to tell you the truth. I think he's going to get more.
Well, good for him. But you know what? Another guy I want to bring up, and he's not on the ice. He's not playing. Um, is Bill Zito, the GM of this team? He is the guy that traded Jonathan Huberdeau, who was a 115, 120 point guy,
Yep.
traded him to Calgary for Matthew Tkachuk. Okay, all Bill Zito has done over the last 2 or 3 years, JR, is make unbelievable moves. To
Yep.
me, to me, he is the GM of the year. He is
Yep.
like this guy. He, he knows what it takes to build a good team,
They
and
got Marchand. They
I
got Marchand at
love
the deadline. Really, it's
exactly.
crazy. So hey, we can't not have this podcast and not talk about the unbelievable play by Connor McDavid on Draisaitl's
Oh,
goal. I
oh
mean,
my god!
like the move, the toe drag
Oh
to
my
the to,
god!
he toe dragged it to come in and then continued on with the pass right onto Draisaitl's stick. I mean, the pass that he made to Draisaitl on the one timer that Bobrovsky got his pad over, I mean, was one of the best saves of the game, and it was the best pass and one of the best shots. I mean, these guys are playing the most unbelievable game at the highest level, doing some of the craziest shit. But Connor McDavid and Draisaitl continue to be like, you got to be
Buddy,
kidding me.
buddy, Jr. You know Bronson. You know my son Bronson. Him and I are watching this game. When Connor made that play and made that assist, Bronson jumped up. He literally jumped off the sofa. He grabbed a pillow. He threw it on the ground. He goes, "That is unbelievable."
Unbelievable.
What he did, I'm watching that. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? This guy, it's unbelievable
To
what he
do that in the
did.
Stanley Cup final against the best team in the league, and he does the move like that.
It's like he's a triple A player playing against a single A player. You know what I mean? Like
That's why they call him McJesus.
it's Jr. He is unfucking believable.
Hey, how about
Unbelievable.
how about unbelievable? You talked about the goaltending. Bobrovsky made some unbelievable saves. Like this, there's a reason why he's won a cup and why he's won a lot of different things. Vesnas and just this goaltender. He seems so poised. Like, and that oozes out into the team. That team feels so confident with him behind them. Um, it's
You
he saved the game a couple times when Edmonton was surging, and
you
that's
you
why
know
this team is so poised.
JR, you know what's amazing? is 3 years ago. There were you and I. There were many people said this is the worst signing ever. People said this is the worst signing ever. Florida, you got fucking fleeced. Signing a guy 10 million. And I give this guy, I give him the all the credit in the world. In the last 2 or 3 years, he has said, "Hey, I'm the guy," and there's a reason you're paying me 10 million a year. But 2 3 years ago, we all thought it was a terrible deal.
Yeah, and he's showing everybody why he's so valuable. It's crazy. So now we got 2 days. We got 2 days off, which they I think I sat there and watching this game. I'm like, they keep playing like this. They're going to need all summer to rest and get ready for next year. They are going to be the most tired 45 players in the history of the National Hockey League. The way that this series is being played right now.
Okay,
Um,
so let me ask you this. And we had a guy that texted us this today. What was it like for you? Because I know what it was like for me, and I'll get into that in a second. What was it like for you in the playoffs, as far as your mentality and physicality? Because you would get beat up every round. You played in the Stanley Cup Finals. How did you feel?
it's almost you become numb to the adrenaline, but before the game, you're tired, you're sore, you might have broken bones, you're getting needles wherever the broken bones are, wherever the sore spots are, just to get rid of the pain. Um, and once that puck drops, though, the adrenaline gets so high, it really takes you to another level. And then after the game, you're literally spent. Like you are exhausted. You're sitting there trying to get water back in. You lose about 10 pounds of water weight. Literally, it's excruciating. And then you got a couple days, but um, there's no rest for the weary in playoffs. Like this is a good break for them to have 2 days off, and they need it. And I'm glad they have 2 days off because I want to see them come back again on Monday and put this same effort into another amazing game down in Florida because that building in Florida now is going to be rocking and rolling now that it's 1-1, and it's going to get even tighter and even more sense of urgency on both teams. So it's
So, JR, a question from one of our viewers today was, so how I dealt with the playoffs, but how you dealt with the playoffs. So are you telling me it was more adrenaline and you just kind of forgot how you felt?
Yeah, you had to. Yeah, just it's like numbing your brain to being tired. You can't think about it. You can't stew over it. You can't worry about it. It's literally you have to numb your brain to parts of your body and how your body feels.
Well,
It's
and I kind of thought that, and that's the same way. Like as far as a referee is concerned, it's a totally different feeling. But as a referee is concerned, you don't want to over officiate the game. The first penalty that comes to you as a referee, you're like, oh, good. I got a cross check. I got a trip. I got a hook. I got a high stick. Whatever. You have a sense of, you're like, okay, good. And I thought the referees in the first two games, I don't think the referees have had an impact on the first two games. But like
no,
you think,
definitely not.
right?
No, and that's the way it should be. Like I said, the referees are letting the boys play. They're letting them dictate who wins the games. Again, it was a delay of game that got the power play in game one.
Right,
That's
right,
referees have to call. They're
right.
letting things go, and like I said, I love that. I just think there's so many awesome dynamics of this matchup, and we knew it was going to be a good series, and we knew it coming in, but we didn't know it was going to be this good.
It's unbelievable. Honestly, it's JR. I'm telling you right now, this Stanley Cup final is 10 times better than last year. It truly
Oh
is.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
I am not going to miss a game. I'm not going to miss a period. This Stanley Cup final is truly, I think, the best that we've seen in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
It
so this is how good it is, right? So I'm sitting around a charity tournament up here in Saskatoon, and sitting right next to me is Doug Gilmore.
Saskatoon.
Yeah, sitting right next to me is Doug Gilmore. Sitting on the other side of me is Al Iafrate. Okay, so two just legends in the game, and
Legend.
they're looking at me going, is this like the best hockey game you've ever seen? Is this like the best hockey you've ever seen? Like,
Right.
and all three of us played in the game, and all
Right.
three of us are going, holy hell, this is incredible. I mean, just think of that. This two Hall of Famers and one of the best defensemen that played for Toronto, right? I mean, Al Frady's a legend. And we're all sitting there going, are we really watching a hockey game that's this fast, this hard, this talented,
It's
this amazing,
it's unbelievable,
this exciting?
right?
Yeah, it says something, right?
Doug
Yeah.
Gilmore.
It says
Doug
it all to
Gilmore.
me.
Hey,
Good
Dougie.
old Dougie Gilmore,
Doug
killer Gilly.
Dougie Gilmore.
Yeah,
Smear with
called Killer. He was a killer. Yeah,
he was he
yeah. I was with Dougie.
he's
He
the
was a
guy.
beauty.
He's the guy tonight that's built for this game, right?
Yeah, not speed wise, but toughness and in your face. He would be like the Matthew Kachuk of the, you know, exactly the Matthew Kachuk. Yeah. All right,
100%.
we're going back to Florida. What do you think happens? What do you think happens this game?
You know what?
It's
Like,
almost impossible to kind of just.
you know what, bud? I'm rooting for Edmonton because I want to see McDavid win a Stanley Cup. But
Yep.
it wouldn't surprise me at all. You and I have talked about this. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Florida won 2 games in Florida. They This Florida team is so, and I use the word I use the word business like. They go about their business. They're like
Yep.
they just like it's like a job for them.
Well,
It's not
this
even
is this is
hockey.
what this is what impressed me about Florida. They play so well as a team, and they are so structured. Not only do they work hard, not only are they physical and mean and ornery and they're bastards, but they play so layered, perfect. Did you see how many outnumbered situations did Edmonton have tonight? How many breakaways has Edmonton had in this series? None. And here you got Florida has breakaway after breakaway. You had Reinhart had a breakaway. Marchand scores on 2 breakaways. But every time Edmonton's coming up the middle of the ice, you think that they've got past somebody, and then they have another layer of defenseman that's sitting back there protecting the team.
That is a great point, JR. That is a great point. How many? Florida had 3 breakaways tonight. How many did Edmonton have? Zero. No,
Zero.
that's a great point. That is a
Yeah,
great
it's just
point.
they play so structured, and it's got to be frustrating for a team to be. You think you got them beat, and then there's another player there because they work so hard back, they work so hard from behind to support each other. It's like one gets beat, I got you. Another gets beat, I got you. It's like layer after layer. It's got to be so frustrating. At some point, it's will that be the final deterrent?
I thought Edmonton would win this series, but after tonight, it's 1-1 going back to Florida. I got to tell you, I think Florida might win this series, and
I'm
I
telling you,
think
Florida looked better most
and
of the game tonight. They looked better most
JR,
of the
and
game.
I think they have the edge in goaltending, and I hate to beat
Well,
up on
there's no think about that one. That
right.
is a surefire edge, like
So
no question. But all right, buddy. Well, listen, it's been a good 30-minute chat on an amazing game. Good energy. I'm glad that you made it to the show, even though you've had probably 2 bottles of red wine with all the excitement that you've been watching. I can see it I can see the redness in your teeth, and I can hear the slur in your voice. That's what makes Stanley Cup hockey good.
love you, bud.
All right, everybody. We will see you Monday after Game 3 down in Florida. Boy, have we got something special to watch. Stanley Cup Final. Nothing better than Florida versus Edmonton. It's 1-1. See you on Monday.
Bye.